Hey, what's up, guys? This is GearmoAuto. I'm doing an oil change and maintenance light on a 2004 Sienna, the 3.3. I didn't need to use jacks on this, but you can if you want. So first thing, I got my oil drain bucket I'm going to use. I'm going to go ahead and slide this under the car, right under here. And I'm going to drain the oil first before the filter. So if you can just reach in here with a wrench or a ratchet. Doing this first because this oil filter is right above here, as you see, and once you pull that, oil is going to be dripping down, so I don't need to be dealing with that while I'm trying to get the drain plug out. It comes off right here, and but anyways, 14 millimeter to get this plug out. I got a long gear wrench, so that'll do. You could use, you know, a small wrench or a ratchet, whatever works. So I'm just going to pop this loose, wiggle it free, and then I'll let the oil just drop right there in the bucket. Alright, and my car's been sitting, it's not really warmed up. If you want to, some people like to warm theirs up to get, like, you know, the extra cup or whatever of oil out. You can do that if you want, but doing it this way is just fine too. We'll go ahead and let this drain. Alright, and remember to get a new gasket on your drain plug. If you're in a pinch, you don't have one, then you can reuse it. You kind of have to, but always try to get a replacement. The old one might stick on the pan like mine is. I don't know if you can see it, but to get that off, if you have something like this, like a paint scraper or something like a flathead screwdriver, to just get it off. And then we'll put my new one on. Here's what my new one looks like. This is a Toyota drain plug gasket, but it don't matter where you get it from. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in. Just tighten this down, and it's a 14 millimeter. Go ahead and tighten this up here. It doesn't gotta be like gorilla tight, but you want it pretty tight. I think the spec is like 15 foot-pounds, so that's just pretty much a little past snug. Don't want to get that tight. I made this little box because when you pull the filter, like I said, the oil comes down, and it's just how it is. Like even at the dealership, we gotta clean it up. So we'll go and put this under the car. If you got some rags or something, go and put it under the car where you can kind of look where the oil's gonna fall. Also to note, this oxygen sensor right here, I cover this with a rag because oil can get on this, and I don't think you can see it on here, but there's a hole in the oxygen sensor that's just part of the sensor, and oil can get in there and destroy the sensor. So just throw a little rag over the sensor like this, and it should be fine. We do this at Toyota to make sure. It's called check engine light inspection for, so you want to do that. Okay, so under here is the oil filter. I'll go ahead and drop my camera down so you can see it. It's right here. You could get off with your hand if you're strong, you know, or if it's just not too tight. I'm gonna try to do that first. If not, they make tools to do it. Like here's like a little tool, or if you have another tool you can get on there to use. If you don't have a tool, you know, just try to do it with your hand. Try to get it off here. This is my right hand. It's on here pretty tight. Alright, you try with your left hand. And again, my exhaust isn't hot because I haven't had the car running. If you had your car running, you might want to put like a sock on your hand, like a long sock, you know, cut holes in it so it'll block the heat. I had to use this tool just to knock it loose. They sell those at auto parts stores. It's the smaller of the claws. And just go and wiggle this free. And the oil's going to drop to the ground. There is a little like guide for the oil to drop, and you could try to catch it from the guide. It's like a little plastic slide. You'll see it. I'm gonna go and pull this out and get my new oil filter. Here's my new one. The part number is D1. That's what all these 3.3s take. Pop this off, and the Toyota filters come with like grease on the O-ring. If you have an aftermarket one, it probably doesn't. So just go and put a little oil on the O-ring to prevent friction when you're sliding it on. And always make sure the old O-ring came off too. We'll go and slide this under there, get it on. Just gonna wiggle it, screw it on. This one's got kind of like a long spindle. Alright, so we got it on. And as you notice, there's oil, you know, maybe on the exhaust or down below. Just gonna take some brake clean and spray this off. You could use soap or a rag. You know, every dude wants to do his own thing. just gonna spray it off and then get it with a rag later. And some guys take this exhaust top part off, the heat shield, to get more room to get to the filter. I saw it on another YouTube video. You could do that if you want, if you're having trouble with the filter. So this takes 530. If your engine's older, like if you're in like the 160,000, you know, or above, maybe you might consider 1030. My bad. 10W30, but I'm using 5W30. I got some oil here, and I'm not going to bore you watching me putting this oil in. I'm just going to put it in. I'm putting in 6 quarts of this oil. So I put it in. I got that out from underneath. Got my cap back on and nice and tight. Now we got to reset the maintenance light. So there's 2 ways you could do it. I mean, there's 2 ways that it could be. First, as you can see, I got my maintenance light on. So one way Toyota is you have to put it on trip A. First, you come here and push this odometer trip button and get it on trip A. And then you turn the car completely off. You know, turn the key all the way off. This. And then you hold that button down, the odometer trip down, and then you turn the key, cycle it to on. You're not turning the engine on, you're just cycling it to on. This one isn't like that. This one is odometer. So I'll show you odometer. And then I turn the car off, or all the accessories off, and I push the button down while I have it on odometer. And then I cycle the key back on, and then it'll give a little countdown. So yours might be either one. It's probably going to be the odometer one, but some Toyotas, you do it on trip A. Alright, so I'm going to come over here and check my oil. It's perfect, right below the second dot. That's exactly where it should be. And that's it. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If you ever clean a mess, please recycle your oil and filter properly. Go ahead and clean everything off. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you want, you could donate to my channel in the About section on the YouTube channel. And that's about it.